So, good evening. I've just come back from Australia. Thanks, it's great to be back. While I was there, I learnt some Aborigine words, like boo, which means to return, because when you throw an ordinary meringue, I've just come back from Holland. Thanks, it's great to be back. While I was there, I was in a fish restaurant. A bloke on the table next to me began to cough. I ignored him. Then he began to choke. I still ignored him. Then he began to choke really, really badly. So in the end, I stood up and I smacked him on the back really hard. Anyway, it turns out he was just speaking Dutch. That works with Welsh as well, if you want to say that. So I phoned up the spiritual leader of Tibet, and he sent me a large goat with a long neck. Turns out I'd phoned Dalai Lama. Do you ever have a conversation with someone and towards the end they say, well, I'll let you go. And you think, yeah, thanks. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're trying to make me think that you think that I've got better things to do. But in reality, you're saying that you've got better things to do. Well, next time someone says to you, I'll let you go, say, no. Shut the door. If they make a sudden dive for the window, grab them by the ankles. And as they're dangling 4 stories above the car park, screaming, this has all been a terrible mistake. Say, okay, I'll let you go. If they make it illegal to wear the veil at work, beekeepers are going to be furious. The pollen count. That's a difficult job. Especially if you've got hay fever. One sneeze, you have to start again. I didn't have a very good summer last year. I set up a clinic for colonic irrigation. But the hosepipe ban hit us hard. Incredible to think, isn't it, that every single Scotsman started off as a Scotch egg. Cold and gingery. Any Scotsman here? Yeah, I've got a bit of Scottish blood myself, on a kitchen knife. I enjoy playing Scottish music on my iPod. I'm very English, really. I even ordered a book on the internet, How to Have Absolutely Nothing to Do with Your Neighbours. Unfortunately, I was out when it was delivered. Militant feminists. I take my hat off to them. They don't like that. Old ladies in wheelchairs with blankets over their legs? I don't think so. Retired mermaids. The worst job I ever had, of course, was forensic pathologist for the United Nations. I remember uncovering the mass grave of 1,000 snowmen. Fortunately, it turned out to be a field full of carrots. Well, it's been great to be here. To be honest, people say that as well, don't they? What do you mean, to be honest? You mean everything you've been saying so far? Hasn't been honest, well, how can we trust what you're going to say now? Anyway, you've been a great audience, but to be honest, I'll let you go. Very good. My life hasn't been entirely wasted. After all, I was the man who discovered DNA. I wasn't going to call it that, but I was giving a lecture to the Royal Society. I said, gentlemen, I believe I've discovered the genetic fingerprint of all human life. Ta-da! That's all from me. Thank you very much. Good night.